I want to apologize for the delay. I had a little technical difficulty over here, and one of the songs I started off with, it really didn't go through, so we had to change the track. That was Faith's "I Love You." Our relationships, black men and black women, because see, that's all I really deal with is the focus on us, the evolution of us, because I say that our connection, our coming together, our uh, road into the future is totally separate from everyone else's. So I focus on how we connect because our connection is the natural connection. As being the first real people on the planet, the first people on the planet, we are the natural people. So therefore, we set the standard for how men and real women are supposed to connect by nature as natural people. So therefore, how we set the standard, carrying a feminine and a masculine energy, is supposed to be the law of nature. That has been thrown off. Thus, our relationships, how we relate to each other, is thrown off. I want to thank a sister in the Love Supreme group for giving me this idea. Beautiful sister by the name of Angela from Chicago. Thank you very much, sister, for giving me this idea to do this broadcast because it's important in our future encounters, black men and black women with one another. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares, and this is State of Mentel Radio. And tonight, as I said, the definition of real love between men and women. Should have said black men and black women, but there wasn't enough space in the bar to put it or program it. But I say men and women because we are the natural sex. We are the natural people. We are first men and first women. And the law of nature was set in place by us. Our encounters, our connection with one another, how we interact, how we come together, was set in motion first and foremost by us, and everyone else follows. However, because we've been educated, aka trained in this society, to think how our former slave master, our former, authority, though he's still authority to a lot of our people still, we've been trained or we've been screwed up in our way of thinking concerning love and our connections and our encounters since we got off of the slave ships here. Our roles, our view on roles has been warped. Since we got off the slave ships, as I said, our encounters have been tampered with. When our women were taken from us in slavery, the black man, raped by the white man, and had to watch that. That was done purposely. You think to yourself, that was a mental form of control to break you, to break your relationships, to emasculate the man in the woman's eyes for not being able to protect the woman, for not being able to be strong as the black man was supposed to be, as the man is supposed to be, right? To make him weak so that the white man can step in as master, that he can step in as the strong man. I mean, how easy would it have been to just let you have your relationships, leave you alone, let you have your children, and just keep you in bondage if it was about work? No. It was all meant and done from a hating perspective to destroy the natural people, to destroy their natural outlook on love and encounters and connection because they don't have it. They don't have it. The people that write these books on relationships and how men should be relating to women and put all these posters and billboards out, these people are warped. These people are coming from an artificial mindset when it comes to men and women and their roles and their connections. And black women, of course, follow this, along with every other woman, but especially the black woman. Y'all eat it up. Is it any wonder why a lot of you black women can't find real men today? You find a lot of males. You find, or you look for these textbook guys who fit the description in these books that are written by these so-called love therapists and these people who give you all this advice, i.e., the white man giving you all this advice, or the white woman or somebody else who is not of our people, giving you all this advice on what a man should be, how men and women should relate. But naturally, you know how men and women are supposed to relate. You women know what it is that you seek naturally in men, though it was warped. Me and the sister got into the discussion in the Love Supreme group. She said that a man, she wants a man, or she says a man should nurture a woman. And I told her, no, that's the wrong terminology to use. A man is not supposed to nurture a woman. A woman is supposed to nurture a man and her children. A man is supposed to foster a woman and the children. What do I mean by that? What I mean by fostering is support, to be that strong, loving support system. Women seek that, to be the guy that gives the push, to keeps things in order. You know, another sister told me, she said, well, you know, if my man rubs my feet, if he draws my bath and things like that, does that make it isn't that a form that he's of nurturing me? Does that make him soft, or does it make him weak? I said, no, that's not nurturing, that's pampering. And he's pampering you. A man can pamper a woman, you understand, without nurturing. Two totally different things. Nurturing is the feminine side of showing love. So because men have been thrown off nowadays, they don't know how to foster love in women, or they don't know how to foster that connection with women. Women take it and they translate it as nurturing. You nurture your children. You show a loving, kind, cradling type of love towards your children and your husband, a soft love. We ran to our mothers when we were hurt, naturally. Men and women, girls, they ran to their fathers when they needed a strong person to defend or protect, you know, or give them advice. Not saying your mother can't give you advice either, but it was a different type of connection. We knew that as children. We knew that mothers and fathers showed their love in different ways. So therefore, a man and a woman are supposed to show love toward each other in different ways. A man is not supposed to nurture a woman. It's not in his nature to nurture. It's not in his nature to nurture. You know the men that nurture women? You know who they are? You got males, not men. You got males out here who nurture women. You know who those guys are? Those are the guys who end up being y'all goddamn friends. Those are your manginas, the guys that you could talk to. You could talk to about your cycle and your period, or you could talk to about, you know, all types of womanly issues and problems with men, or when you hurt and whatnot. And you talk to these kind of men. I guarantee you, every woman in her lifetime done had that kind of man. Why don't you marry him? If you looking for a nurturing man, you all of you women have at least one man out there who cares about you like that you could talk to, could have a long conversation with, but he will never, ever be considered in your mind marriage material, mate material, sex material. It's not going to happen. Very rarely does that happen. A one in 1 millionth of shot where a woman will take a man or be attracted to a man that she can just totally feel as though I'll have that nurturing, that he nurtures her in that way. No. Women don't want that by nature. Has nothing to do with the society, because in this society they tell you that a man is supposed to be soft and sensitive and things of that nature. They tell you that in this society. And that's done to emasculate the man. It's done by people who wish to blur the lines between a masculine and a feminine energy, masculine and feminine love. There's a reason why those goddamn signs were drawn where the man is a blue symbol with the penis and the woman is the pink symbol. There's a reason that represented masculine energy or masculine love and feminine love. That came from us. It didn't come from the white man, the rest of the people that write these books. They want to blur the line. You know? These are the same people that tell you it's okay for two men to be together. Or a man and an animal. Or two women. But you're going to sit and actually literally listen to something these people are telling you about how men and women are supposed to connect? Because you're programmed. Naturally, you want a strong man. Naturally, you look for a man who is going to be that support system, that strength, that firm lover, that firm support system, that one who will guide you in a different way. You would not, you're referring to it as nurturing because you've allowed these people to replace your natural connection of what you know love to be with what they tell you it is artificially. Men are not supposed to nurture. You do not look for men who nurture you. You want the bad boy, the guy who, because in the word, the bad boy thing, it translates as someone who's strong. You call him a bad boy because, you know, you feel that mannish thing in him, that mannish quality in him, that strong quality in him. That's what you look for. You don't look for somebody that can nurture you and is going to talk to you and really. I'm not saying that fostering man can't talk to you, but you know the difference. You know the difference. You're not going to give that man who nurtures you and, you know, talks to you like it's like talking to another female. You're not going to talk to that guy. You're not going to marry that guy. You're not going to lay with that man. You want the guy, even if he comes off as a bad boy, a thug, whatever you want to call him, that resonates as strength to you. All right? You like that. He's the guy that gets to wear your ass out. You know? That's what you really want. Now, but the problem is, with this guy, you want to be with this guy here, is you try to get him to care about you. What you're actually trying to do is to get him to foster a love for you. You're trying to get him to care about you. You're trying to get him to make him a little bit, push him a little bit to the right of the fostering. You don't want him to be like the nurturer. You don't want that. You want him to be a little bit more to the right, not so hard, but you still want him to be hard. The word you're actually looking for is one who fosters you. One who fosters you is one who gives you, like I said, that support system. I'll give you a good example of that. My mother and father. My mother was the nurturer. I ran to her, you know, when I needed to be hugged or, you know, like children do, or talk to us in a certain way. And I went to my father for manly things, fighting, boxing, things like that. That was both sides of love. My father had a fostering love for my mother. He put my mother through nursing school. All right? She wasn't working anyway. He took care of the family. He put her through nursing school off of his city job. That's fostering a woman. Building her up. Being that rock that she can lean on. That she can support her. That's fostering a love in a woman. Not nurturing. Roles are reversed. If you see all of these people, right, and you ask, like I said, you ask any woman, why is it that she doesn't marry her best friend? Why is it that she doesn't have that guy that she, you know, because, like I said, every woman has that. Every woman has a friend, a male friend. Not a man friend, a male friend. Every woman has that. But why does she skip over him? She has every woman. If you are somewhat attractive, even if you are semi-attractive, you have some guy that's interested in you. But why are you still single? You're trying to make the strong men, the bad boys, into those fostering types. They don't understand how to do that. They don't understand how to stay long enough to generate a love for you. You understand that? They don't understand that. They're a little bit too far to the left. So you need somebody that's firmly set in between. That's where the word fostering comes in. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, one who feeds. These people actually went into the dictionary when I was speaking about fostering, and they read, it said in the dictionary, nurturing, someone who nurtures, right? And I said that don't go and let it be defined by the white man, because if you look for things to be defined by him, you understand? If you look for him to try and tell you what a man should be, you're going to be ass out of luck. He don't know. He's trying to figure it out. That natural masculine energy is not there with him. They have a unisex energy. The man could be the man, the woman could be the woman. They could wear the same kind of jeans. The man ain't got to wear no hair on his face. You know, it's a switch-off type thing. It's like I said, a unisexual type of energy. It's not a masculine energy with the white man. It's not a feminine energy with the white woman. It's a unisexual type of energy with them. That's why they write books on telling men they could be sensitive and they could be nurturing and, you know, they can do the things that a woman is supposed to be. Now, I was told from me saying that was chauvinist, another terminology that came from the white man. No, I was speaking from masculine and feminine energy. Women resonate as nurturers on this realm. This is why the males, I should say, who are the so-called bad boys, they'll be with you, they'll get you pregnant, and they'll leave you because they don't understand how to foster. They don't understand how to foster you or foster children. That's the real reason they leave. It's not really so much for a disinterest in you. They don't know what to do after sex. They don't know how to, they don't know what the next step is from the boyfriend and girlfriend thing. They don't understand what's coming next. They draw a blank. So what happens when you draw a blank? You walk out of the room. You walk out of the relationship. You want them to be something, and you can't really pronounce it what it is that you want them to be. You know you don't want them to be like the guy who's your friend, the guy that you talk to on the phone, who listens to your problems, that you could talk about your period with, or talk about, what girlfriends you was laughing and talking with. You don't want them to be that guy. But you also don't want him to be the uncaring type. You want him to be the fosterer. I said a lot of the older relationships where the black man and black woman stayed together for years was because the man knew his role and the woman knew her role. He was the fosterer. Those of you who grew up in two-parent households, it would have been insulting an older woman to tell you. It's insulting for you to tell your husband to nurture you, to do certain things and whatnot. She'll say, "What are you trying to do? Sissify your husband?" Girls, they'll tell you that ain't what a man's supposed to do. They'll tell you, and they married for 50 years. You ain't got a damn man but you sitting up here reading some books from some white man. He telling you, how things are supposed to be. Where they, him and this woman, they together and they nurture each other. Whatever. Nonsense. You naturally seek out the man who has that masculine energy that appeals to you. You want the man to be all the things that you are not. One who is in control of his emotions. One who is strong-minded. I'm not saying women that can't be in control of their emotions. Don't get me wrong now. But majority of women, you're not. You want a man to be focused. You want him to be that strong, masculine support system. Because you women can read it in a heartbeat whether a man is weak or not, or soft. You probe for it. It's the same way you build a building, a person will build a building, and they'll check the foundation of it. They'll say if the foundation is weak. They might test it with a hammer, hit certain things on the floorboards and stuff like that. They do it to test the foundation of what it is they're dealing with. You women are the same way. You try men all the time. You ask certain questions. You know? You are attracted to that male energy, just as he's attracted to your feminine energy. He likes the nurturer. He likes the woman that rubs his head and draws his back, pampers him a little bit. He likes that. He likes the woman who's soft, feminine. That's what's sorely missing between the connection. If you can get a man that appreciates that, then you have something. A man who's strong in his own and secure in his own masculinity and his own masculine energy, that will attract a lot of women. A man who stands for something, as I said before, that's the strength. That will attract women like bees to honey. You understand? That will attract. That's like a natural, it's almost like a natural light you send out, a natural aura. You women could tell looking at a man what a real man is. You have men you talk to and men you don't. Every man carries an interest in you, but why do you pick and choose? It's not hard for a woman to get a man's attention if she's halfway decent looking. It's not hard for her to have a man spend time with her. But the man she'll go all the way with, the man who she'll want to marry, to lay down with, and things, or have children with, few and far in between. She wants that masculine energy. She wants a man to have strong words for her, encouraging words, lasting words, one who can put something in her mind that will resonate forever. She damn near wants a man to change her direction, to make it better. Certain women, like I said, there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm not taking anything away from the woman, but you always want a man to lead. You want a man to have foresight. You want him to know what the hell he's doing. You understand? The majority of these males out here, they don't. That's why they leave you. They leave you before you find out that they're not real men. That's when they leave. Got nothing to do with, because he ain't got no interest in you. He want to hit someone. See, because past the sex, beyond the sex, that's easy to do with somebody. Beyond that, they get lost. It starts to hit terminal velocity and drop. So what does he do? He's off to another sexual relationship. You understand? He's off because that's what he understands. He don't understand the long run after the sex. There's no vision. There's no fostering there. There's no support system. There's no structure. There's nothing there. It's blank. It's like you went off the page with him. You expect to continue. And like I said, two people who are in the dark, who are lost, can't find their way to the door to move forward. That's the situation of your black relationships today. That's why your woman can't find the man that she wants, because she really. I put a post on Facebook. I said that in order for you to ask for a man in this day and time, you have to understand what a real man is. If you don't know what a man is, then you're going to keep getting males. If you don't see a man who can foster something in you, who can bring about something in your imagination, because you run into a whole lot of males who leave no impression in your mind whatsoever. But then when that one man comes and he puts something there, leaves something there, brings something to your imagination, something that's different from any other male that you done ran into, that's the man that you should lay with. That's the man you should be with. That's the man that you know is going to foster something in you. Vision, foresight, strength, power. You know when the white man showed that? Remember, and he always does this in his fairy tales. Superman and Lois Lane. That's his version of masculine and feminine energy. If you know the Superman and story, that's his closest version. That's not him, but that's his closest version of masculine and feminine energy. Superman represented a future man, someone who was powerful, strong, and he took the woman, led her, into the sky and things like that. That was a metaphor for a man who was dealing with future intelligence, advanced thinking, one who was strong, one who was visionary, smart, intelligent, fostering, gentle, without being nurturing. You didn't see Superman coming off as nurturing now, did you? No. You saw him coming off as strong, yet gentle and fostering. Cupped her in his arms, took her, into the sky and all this, made her feel like everything was all right. Damn near how your father, if you had a father in your life, is supposed to make you feel. Someone who could protect you, support you, take you into the future. That's the type of love you women look for. That's the type of love you women really want. You don't want some nigga that can sit on the phone and bump his gums with you for hours. You can get a woman to do that. That's why you won't lay down with them type of niggas. That's why you won't be with them. They're going to be forever your manginas. You end up settling for the guy because you can't find that fostering Superman type of guy. You know what I'm saying? That third party. So you settle for the guy that, that digs your back out, that, breaks you down and sexually, all that stuff. You settle for the guy that thugged out, or whatever. You settle for him, the Neanderthal, the backbreaker, the thug. He's for the sex, and the mangina's for the talk. You can never combine the two. So that type of thing always continues. And then maybe as you're getting old, you're looking to settle, you'll get with some guy, maybe not the mangina, but somebody that's kind of like that, but not totally. All right? Or you stay alone because you just can't bear the thought of being with the mangina. You can't have the thug because like I said, he's a blank page after sex. You can't have him. You can't mold him into what you want. And like I said, the mangina is a no. So what are you to do? You're going to sit and read a bunch of books about, what men are supposed to be, that nurturing type of man, and you fall for it. You fall for it. By nature, it dictates that that's not the person for you. Somebody carrying a masculine energy along with your feminine energy will produce a balanced connection. You will produce balanced children. This is the reason why a lot of your children come out screwed up the way they are. Your sons don't know what it is to be men because they didn't have a father who was fostering. They don't understand how to relate to women. They don't understand how to foster anything in women, to care for women. They don't understand that. They end up being those guys who end up, drawing a blank. Just screwing and drawing a blank. After they get, like I said, after they get what they want, they moved on sexually. Understand those other type of guys, the ones who will sit and they'll talk to you and nurture you. You know what those guys are, right? Those are the guys who couldn't get a woman. Nobody was attracted to them. They spent their time and they learned how to be good nurturers 9 times out of 10 because they were raised by their mothers. Also, no father. They had very little, if any, sexual contact with a woman. And they think that by being nurturers or being there to, be able to identify with women, that's going to get them closer, when they don't understand that the woman wants the opposite. You don't want another you. You don't want to lay with somebody who's as soft as you. Think about that. Our relationships are screwed up because no one knows their roles anymore. No one understands what the energy is. No one has a take on it. I use the word fostering for a reason, right? Because when you hear the word foster, like a foster parent or someone who brings something out of you, you know the word, you know what that word means. To someone who takes care of you, brings something out of you, fosters something. I used it from that definition. They didn't get that definition when I tried to speak on it. That man brings out a certain strength in you, and you bring out a certain love in him. We'll be right back. There's a reason why women talk about, I want to find my Prince Charming. Prince. That person represents a fostering. I said we're going to stick with that word tonight, a fostering man. One who fosters things in your mind and your imagination. One who you dream about loving. One who makes the future seem boundless. One who has the answer. Women, people always wondered why Elijah Muhammad, I use him for saying that he had a lot of women, right? Nation of Islam leader. Little man, leader of an organization. People say women say power and things like that, But that power translated as a fostering power. Notice powerful men always have a lot of women. They're not wealthy. I mean, that's not about the money. You know why? Because you got a lot of men who got money. They tricks. Women use them for tricks because they know that these guys are manginous. They got a masculine, nurturing type of energy. Those are the guys who get a little whiff of the cooch and they want to run after you and whatnot. No, the fostering guys, the strong men, the men who have a real masculine appeal to them, they are that support system for a woman. They make you think of things in a future sense. If you, 9 times out of 10, this goes back to what I teach in the knowledge of MENTELLECT. I said 9 times out of 10, if you were the man who makes you think about the present, or he makes you think about past things, 9 times out of 10, that's not the man you want. The man that you really desire, the man that's in a haystack, like the sister said, in the needle in the haystack, is the man who makes you have thoughts and dreams of the future. What things could be with him. What new things will he show you? What new worlds will he take you to? What sort of thing, what foundation will he lay out? You want to be side by side with that man. These guys that you end up with, a lot of these men that these males, I don't want to insult the men. A lot of these males that you black women are with nowadays, you settling, you know that. You settling because you don't want to be alone. You don't want to play with the vibrator. You just going to be with this guy just because, hey, I just don't want to be alone because, my friends got kids. I'm getting to that time where, I want children. And you'll do it. And then eventually, you're like, I can't do this any goddamn more. Next minute, 5-10 years into the thing, you breaking up with him. Because he basically a zombie right now. By this time, he's a zombie. He's looking like, yeah, I'm your husband. We have a relationship. I go to work. I go to a job. I bring home my paycheck. I do this. I do that. And you're like, yeah. A lot of times, y'all fantasize about jumping in bed with another man. Because in that fantasy, he can take you someplace else, away from this nigga that you've been with. He zones out. Like I said, he zoned out because he can't stay in that whole mindset because he usually smoking weed or he doing something or he watching the football game or just sports or whatever because he really don't want to be with you after a while. He's just going through the motions because he's like, oh, I got to have a woman because society says I got to have a woman. But I'd rather, have my weed and my boys and just get sex here and there from time to time. He's not fostering anything in you. He's not taking you to another level. At least with the bad boy, it's more exciting. The arguments and fights you get in and whatnot, that serves as an artificial charge for you, but it's way better to you than being in the boring relationship with this guy. You know, a lot of these women, they will, take care of these men. They don't care because to them they love the charge. They love the excitement of it. They'd rather do that than have to live with somebody who bores the hell out of them, who wants to nurture them and and be weak and stuff like that. You women despise weakness. You despise weakness in a man. That same man that you talk to on the phone, who he wants to be with you, the same point you like him, but at the same time you despise him. He's the guy when somebody goes, yeah, well, hey, Joyce, why don't you get with Phil? You like, ew, nah, he my brother, ew. Nah, Phil like my girlfriend. He like my boyfriend girlfriend. You ain't gonna never tell him that, and he like you, but you're not gonna get with him. That's nature. That has nothing to do with something that was bred in this society here, because this society tell you to would tell you to get with him. This society would tell you to get with him. He's the guy that can do your daughter's hair. He's the guy. Like this sister said to me, she said, yeah, you got black men who do their daughter's hair. I said, yeah, that's because they ain't got a woman to do it. Because, like I said, it was a time where men knew that in order to complete themselves in a family unit, they had to have a nurturer there. That's what was missing, because a man by nature is not a nurturer. Just like the woman knew that she had to have a fosterer there. She had to have a spark plug there. She had to have that force there. She served as the source, and he served as the force. She was the source of nature, nurturing, and he was the force of fostering. I'm trying to put it in a way where people understand. And a lot of women, y'all know what I'm talking about out there. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But the problem is you've been so out of tune with these type of men, the type of men who stand for something, who are strong, who are going to guide you, who are going to walk with you, going to take you by the hand and take the lead. You've been so out of tune with that. Like I said, you think that, the guy is supposed to be like you. He's supposed to be like you. He's supposed to, care about the same things you care about. And I'm not saying, these macho men guys, the ones who, like I said, who lifting the weights and doing all this, watching the sports and whatnot, these are natural fosterers, because no, those guys are not really natural fosterers. That's not necessarily true. A lot of these guys, they do that stuff to hide the fact that, deep down inside there's some pink and they slip. So they go hard. You could feel that it's a natural thing, that fostering quality, that fostering ability is it's supposed to be a natural thing in a real man. A real man is going to understand that because it will come out of him naturally, just as nurturing naturally comes out of a woman. That's why if you notice, a man, though he'll have a baby with you and he might leave you, he makes sure that he'll have a baby with a woman that is nurturing, because he wants a woman to nurture his child. You understand? He's not going to, 9 times out of 10, a man's not going to have a baby with a pig or a woman who's harsh, because he even though he might not be there, in some way, shape, or form, he cares about his children. He knows that women, if he left his children alone with this woman, she's going to nurture. That's going to kick in. I saw this example, as I said, in my family, my father and mother. I knew the difference. Children know the difference. Like I said, if you didn't have a mother and father, you're left to the disposal of these books and these manuals and things telling us and trying to dictate how we're supposed to connect with one another. That's not real love. Love is separate and opposite energies from a man and a woman coming together to form a new energy. Not two people coming from the same page. Not two people carrying the same energy. Y'all not the same. You're not the same purposely. Just as there's a reason why he has a penis and you got a vagina, there's a reason why he's a fosterer and you're a nurturer. There's a reason for that. You produce a whole new energy. You can't produce a new energy when the when it's energies are the energies are the same. You can't produce anything. Like I said, people say all the time, say all as much as they want to. Oh, where's that coming from? Like I said, you women live it out every day. You live it out every day in your relationships, in the men you choose. You live it out every day. You live out this reality of what you really want. You can't hide the fact that when you look at pictures and whatnot, and you see in these films, they don't show you the black man being that way. They'll show you the white man and the white woman being that way, and him being the strong man. You women melt when y'all see that. When is my prince going to come? The prince is supposed to represent the man who is not like the other men. He's supposed to be the man, and the others are the males. Everybody's not a prince, right? There's a reason why you give them that title, because you know that the special man that you talk about being with is the fosterer. Because if that was a regular thing in society nowadays with every male, then that would be standard. You'd be like, okay, men are not special. I know that all men have this fostering quality, and you wouldn't be looking at it as a special thing. The reason why you separate that special man that you're going to be with from all the rest of the males is because you're looking for that man that has that fostering strong quality. And oftentimes you can't find it, so you'll see a man, like I said, he'll have many women who are attracted to that. He'll have like multiple women. What draws them in is that fostering quality, that strength in him, that assurity, that confidence, because they want a piece of that. They want to marry that into their personality. They want his vision. They want his bloodline. They want his seed. They want every essence and every piece of him. And he wants that softness, that sweetness. He wants that nurturing, that which he can possibly remember from his mother. He wants that. And I'm not saying that he wants you to be his mother. I'm just saying that he wants that nurturing energy, that feminine energy. He don't want no hard-ass woman, men will screw those type of women just because men do that. But he wants a soft, nurturing woman. He wants a feminine woman. You want your man with hair on his face 9 times out of 10 because it's opposite you. There's nothing. This is all opposites. This is all opposites. You don't want him to do or be the way you are. That would turn you the hell off. He can pamper you and nurture you. Pamper you. You know, he can do nice things for you. That doesn't make a man weak. The strength and how he talks to his children, how he relates to his children, how he always comes off as the A or the alpha male, the strong one. That's what you look for. Can you honestly say that the majority of these males out here are really strong in themselves? Can you say that? We got a call, 334.
What's going on,
you're on. How you doing, brother?
Okay, this is Jim calling from Alabama.
All right. Reborn? Used to be Reborn?
Yeah, Reborn African on Facebook.
Yeah, okay. You got rid of that, huh? You getting rid of that, huh? Get rid of the African.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question, man. What causes males, however, to be insecure and give them all these insecurities?
What causes males to be insecure? Those are the only types of people that are insecure. Males, real men are not insecure. Males are insecure because what it is they're always afraid that you're gonna find out something about them. And a lot of these guys got a lot of pink in their slip. A lot of these guys, got a little sugar in their tank. A lot of these guys got nurturing qualities that they got that feminine type of thing going with them. And they always on guard to not let a woman see that. That's why you see a lot of these black men, like I said before, they don't get black women purposely because they know black women can spot it quick.
Mhm. Okay.
They go get the white woman and the other women because the other women can't spot it as fast, or if they do, they don't really care because they used to having men who are emasculate. You look at the black man. Notice the black man who's with the white woman and all that. He's kind of queer. He's not. He has a queerish type of thing with him. He's kind of off.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't. Those type of men couldn't last for 5 minutes with a black woman.
Okay. Okay, because that was just something I was wondering, because I know I listened to your program a little while back, and you were speaking on feminization, and, I kind of like that term, the way you put it, because, I think in there you were saying that you don't necessarily have to be gay to be effeminized, and, I was calling a lot of these, even though they had girlfriends and babies, but I was saying that they were gay because, I can, just the way they were dressing, bag and skinny jeans, they look gay. They were dressing gay, but I was like, okay, so that's what it is. They're feminized, So, okay, like I said, I learned a lot from your program, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Huh? Go ahead.
Now, I said these guys nowadays, like I said, women. When I was saying that they look for, the fishing out here is very slim. The pickings is very slim out here. A lot of times the women, they got to end up being, they get so tired of the men not being men that they end up turning into the men. Next thing you know, that masculine energy comes out of them. When it's really not supposed to, they got to start pursuing the men. Next thing you know, they like I said, next thing you know, the roles are switched. Next thing you know, she's looking at a woman, and everything's thrown off. Used to be a time a man would approach. Say again?
Oh, I was just thinking to comment on that. You go ahead and finish. I'll speak after you.
Yeah, but that it was a time where, like I said, a man approached a woman, pursued a woman, had interest in a woman based on that masculine energy. Now, like I said, it's the energy's just thrown off. It's like either just sex or just, like I said, he ends up being her friend or something like that. Just somebody for her to pass the time with until she finds who she really wants. And even when she finds the person she ends up with, it's not really who she wants. It's never a perfect fit because she doesn't know how to define what it is that she really wants, and that's that fosterer. Because, like I said, if she get a good man, she'll be with that man for a lifetime. You see those real men back in the days, they were made out of something. That's why if you notice, a lot of times younger women will try to go at older men and be with them because they have that, they're the closest thing to having that fostering mentality as opposed to these young guys. They don't have it at all. They have the mentality of females. A lot of these guys are selfish. You understand? They don't have any real respect for the women anymore. So, like I said, the line is being blurred, especially when they put these books out about men supposed to be masculine. Like I said, think like a man, act like a lady. A man's supposed to be feminine. So they crossing the genders out. They crossing the way our natural masculine and feminine energy and the way we supposed to connect. That's being crossed out.
Yeah. And, you just said something a little while ago that also had me frozen for a while because you were saying how this masculine energy come out of these females. And it's a whole lot of, butch type women. I'm talking about they act more of a man than a man, And I be just looking at some of these females, the females that they're hooking up with, and they're not putting.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Just for a second. A lot of these women who got that butch dyke mentality, that so-called masculine energy, it's not real. I know it's not real because in my younger days, I've been around. I've been with them, and I brought all that. I just put all that on the ground. I put it on the ground. For them, and that feminine thing kick right back in them. So they actually get like that out of their disgust for these niggas who don't have that masculine energy. They get out of they like somebody got to be the man here. You ever heard a woman say somebody got to be the goddamn man? You know,
you're
they get disgusted because you got these guys, the skinny jeans, and you got this. They trying to be more feminine than the women. They want 50 pair of sneakers. They want their head shaped up this way, that way. They in the damn mirror more than the woman. They got their hair long, playing in their hair, getting their hair done. So that's breeding that breeding that feminine energy in the man. Then when the woman hooks up with him, she's like, you know, I'm not getting that fostering type of thing from him. I'm not getting what it is I want from him. You know, it ends up being like that. You know, because this society breeds. This society breeds that. You know, you all see naturally. They're always trying to get back the woman, even if she loses her way on that line of life. They always it'll always try to correct itself. The women will always try to find their way back to that feminine energy where they feel comfortable at, or that nurturing energy. And the man, like I said, very few men is being bred out of. Very few men will come and correct that or bring that out in a woman. Because she'll feel something from him. She'll feel a security in himself, that he's secure in himself, that he's strong in himself. And because, like I said, she'll probe and she'll dig. And when she sees that, she'll start to go back into her natural state as a nurturer, as the feminine energy. She'll go back into that. A lot of women, they got to be on guard. A lot of women got to be on guard. They got to be like the man and the woman. Like I said, the Steve Harvey thing, act like a man, think like a lady. He put books out like that because a lot of times these black women nowadays, they got to be on their guard. And they got to act like men and like women, because the men, they not acting like men. They acting like I said, they acting like bitches. Excuse me for saying it like that, but that's what it is.
You're right. You're right.
So, and they sure ain't the ones to force anything, because they selfish. They selfish. It's like a catty type of thing. They competing with the woman. They more selfish than they selfish than the woman. They put they self before the woman.
Yeah, and that's one thing I be speaking with these brothers on. Like I say, I you filled in a whole lot of blanks for me, because I used to ask these guys. I'm like, I've never seen men walk around with all these tennis shoes and they take pictures of them and have them in their cell phone. I said, what y'all doing that for? And one brother told me, he said, I have a shoe fetish. And so I called my sister. I said, my sister named Taylor. I said, if a guy told you he had a shoe fetish, what would you think about that? And she said, women only have shoe fetishes. Men don't have shoe fetishes. And so, that's why, because I was thinking, I said, I never heard a man say he have a shoe fetish before, taking the shoes in his cell phone and all that, that's extreme, and
yeah, no,
oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm sorry. Well, that's not extreme nowadays. That's the black male today. That's the man. That's not just the black male. That's men in the society in general, because they're getting bred with a feminine nature. They're getting bred with that feminine type of mentality now. Like I said, you got niggas, certain niggas in the conscious community who will remain nameless, talking about men can breastfeed their babies. That men have the ability to breastfeed and nurture.
I heard a brother say that right there before, and that turned me off from him, because, I was like, man, we out here, I'm thinking, we need more business and stuff, and here you is talking about a man can feed a baby.
Breastfead. If the baby suck hard enough on the man nipple, some milk will come out. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, that right there. Like I said, that right there is why you black women can't find real men. Right there, niggas like that. Mentalities like that. Anytime, like I said, it's not crazy when you got men out here. Like I said, you talking about you got men out here playing in their hair. You got men out here trying to be prettier than the women. You got men out here more sitting there and watching sports. I done said this about the sports thing so much. Men, you sit here, women need to check your men who's sitting there watching so many sports, because you never know if he's actually looking at, a lot of times he's looking at these men, you understand, and he might be visualizing and thinking about them that way. You understand? He might be thinking about or wearing some other man's jersey, Ain't that something girls used to do in high school, wear they boyfriend jersey?
Well, yeah,
so this nigga got a fetish for some man. You know, I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'd rather watch a bunch of men in tight pants bumping around in each other than spending time with you. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a man watching football. Don't get me wrong, in the sport and whatnot. But you know, when he's excessive like that and he don't want to spend time with you, talking about building something or getting together, and the only time he can get together with you is sex or you know whatever the nonsense y'all doing ain't about building or fostering anything better to come out of making plans, then it's something wrong with that connection.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I agree.
The sister said in the thing about Hugh Hefner how a lot of the young girls like him. It ain't so much because he got money, it's that he got a fostering quality with him as far as with money and plans and things like he puts women on a certain pedestal and it's part of what he's doing and his business because they feel like they're connected to something. They want to be a part of something. A lot of times these men, they don't make you feel like a part of anything, not even a part of a good union. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They don't. The woman want to feel like that's one of the things. The woman want to feel like she's a part of something that's growing, part of a real union, part of a real connection, something strong, even where you could feel it in the family. But the majority of you women don't have that feeling. You don't have that feeling with these men. If you could sit and imagine that with another man, then you got the wrong man. You got a man.
Yeah.
You ain't got a man.
You're right.
If you thinking about the future with this nigga and you asking about the future in this nigga and you draw a blank, then you got the wrong man. You got a male.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, brother, I'm just gonna finish listening at the rest of the broadcast. If I come in, if I need something else, I'll re-raise my hand.
All right, brother. All right. We're going to play a little bit of music. We'll be right back. I'm going to say something. A lot of you women who are with males are single anyway. A lot of you women that got these guys that you living with, that you sleeping with, that you having sex with, that you cohabitating with, you lonely anyway. You single. You ain't got no man. You single. Because if you don't have a real man, you single. You just got to stand in. You got some nigga to screw you. You might as well get a goddamn cardboard figure and lay him in bed with you. You understand? Because he only there, like I said, because he know he just got to have a woman. Society tell me he got to have a woman and, and all that. He going through the motions. And you there because you don't want to be alone. You ain't there for him. But you women, a lot of y'all ain't got balls enough. And I say balls, yeah, I said it. A lot of you women ain't got balls enough to dump the zero and find the hero that you really want. You are afraid to be alone and sacrifice that loneliness, or you don't know the art of being alone without being lonely. Work on yourself. Straighten yourself out to attract that man, the real man in your life who will foster you. You don't know how to do that because you're afraid to be alone. You don't want to look at yourself and see the problem. That it's supposed to be about you. Bringing that with what it is that you need. Tonight, if you learn nothing else in this broadcast, you will learn what it is that you should actually be looking for. One who fosters, a real man, who fosters, who draws the big picture for you, who can draw big ideas and ways of thinking, advanced thinking, beyond just sex in your head. What the hell's wrong with you women? You understand that? That's why, like I said, a lot of you women I got a vibrator. I don't need the headaches from a man. No, because you had a male. That was the goddamn problem that you thought was a man because he was anatomically correct. He had a penis, but didn't make him a man because he couldn't foster anything in you. He couldn't, beyond the bedroom, there was nothing. Just blank space. White sheets of paper. That's it. Blank space. Nothing that he could put there. Nothing that he could spark in you to make you go any further. So you got pissed off. You got angry. You're like, what, this is it? You got bored. The conversation is whack. This nigga he's spending the time with you. He trying to really about 8 hours of the day, he's trying to really avoid you. He hope you go to work. He wants you to go to work. He wants you to come home and cook food. He wants to go and watch sports or smoke weed or do whatever the hell he gonna do, just so he can avoid you. And then he wants to catch you around bedtime so he can get some ass. And that's about it. That's your life. Pathetic. That's not a real life. Y'all just going through the goddamn motions. You just going in circles. That's why I said majority of you women who think you have men or males, you're really single. You're by yourself. You're dissatisfied. You angry. You disenchanted. That's why a lot of you sit up here and you depressed. You're like, this is whack. I'm like, I can't talk to him. He ain't talking about nothing. All he want to do is watch sports or have sex or talk about something stupid, or he's not fostering anything in me. I know it's something more I should be doing. And when you meet that man, you might meet him at work. You might meet him in a chance encounter. Next thing you know, he starts sparking things in you. You start thinking about a life without that nigga, the other nigga, because you feel that strong fostering quality in that man. You recognize that. It lights you up. It turns you on. That was the Prince Charming that you was thinking about when you was a little girl. That masculine energy pops out at you. You understand that? Those real men, the white man's trying to make those real type of men a thing of the past. He leaving behind a bunch of males. You understand? Niggas who cheerleaders for a bunch of sports heroes. You understand that? Niggas who walking around, like I said, forever boys. You understand? Forever boys. Very few men out here. That's why I said it. I said it's gonna come a time where that Bible was right. That's one thing I said about it. It says it's gonna come a time. Why you think the Bible said that was prophetic? That 7 women are gonna take hold of one man. What's gonna happen to all the men? They're gonna be emasculated. They don't want you. Y'all gonna have to share a man, because there's gonna be few men that could foster something in you. That's why I said people like Elijah Muhammad, Hugh Hefner, all these guys have all these women. Because the guys that was hanging around, they ain't no men. They was a bunch of males. You understand? I don't give a damn how much weights these niggas lift and how macho they beat on their chest, how much they fight niggas. These niggas ain't no men. They're a bunch of males. You know a real man when you see those women who know what a real man is. You know a real man when you see him. Based on how he talks, his assurity, how confident he is in his words. That he is a man of his word. That he's strong on that he look you in the face when he talks to you. You can feel his power. You can feel his energy coming through wires, coming through everything. It just transcends something. Even if you're not next to him, you feel his energy. And you can feel the lack of energy from that nigga that you might be laying in bed with next to you. You understand that? That's real. You don't have enough courage to seek what it is you actually want, a lot of you women. You want real men, but you'll settle for males. You settle for males all the time. You settle for whatever this society hands you. You don't think about it because you think, like I said, because a guy has a penis and, he could stand to talk to you for about 5 or 10 minutes. You understand? Without, talking about sex. If you start to shorten your list on expectations. You go, as long as you got a dick and a job. That's what you women go. Y'all end up getting down to. That's what it breaks down to. As long as you got a dick and a job. That's what it ends up breaking down to. That's how pathetic it gets. That male, just long as he could stroke you and pay some bills. That's all. That's what it gets down to. And a lot of you, that's like I said, that's what a lot of you females, because a lot of y'all ain't real women. A lot of y'all a bunch of females, so you'll take that. Leave the real men for the real women. Like I said, leave the real men for the real women. They'll sacrifice their time. Real men will come to real women if you are honest in yourself about what it is that you really look for. that you're looking for that man to foster in you if you're not willing to settle. Because, like I said, the majority of you women out here, y'all settle. For the female, she's not settling. She'll take anybody. She don't care. But deep down inside, if you are a real woman inside, you will never totally be happy. Real women will never totally be happy. Females, they fake it. Because the real woman inside of them, it's like, damn, I can't take this. I don't want to be with this nigga, but I don't want to be alone. I need the regular sex. I need somebody to talk to. I need help with my bills, or whatever the case is. That's not real. Those are things that are constantly working in rotation until you get driven insane. You're looking for a way out, but you're scared. I told a sister, I said, you come here, when you come here to this world, it's all about you. It's all about what's going to foster you. It's not about that nigga that you laying next to who ain't doing the fostering. If he can't handle a job, if it's too hot in the kitchen, that nigga need to get the hell out the kitchen, man. You need to throw his ass out of the kitchen. Learn how to be alone and without being lonely. Why don't you black women try that? Stop laying around with these lukewarm niggas and trying to think that you're gonna, if you care enough about him, if you go to some goddamn counseling, if you talk it out, it ain't gonna work. You understand? It's not gonna work. You understand? You can't make him into a real man. Because a lot of y'all don't even know what a real man is. Anytime you sit and say that a man's supposed to nurture you, that's what it translates into you. Because you are looking at a mirror at yourself and know what it is that you want. You want a man to foster you, be your support system, be that strength, be that bridge for you. That's what you want. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Sure, you want him to pamper you and rub your feet and stuff like that. That's pampering. That's not nurturing. Anybody can do that. You can get a goddamn masseuse. You can pay somebody to do that. You tell me I'm wrong about my that with the type of men you want. We are on this mission in the state of MENTELLECT to breed those men again forward into the future. That's why I talk about the state of MENTELLECT so much in the knowledge of MENTELLECT. I said I want to make better men. You understand? Because they have a lot of the males, they've been taught how to be males in the society, but deep down they have some men here. We're trying to force it. We want to make better husbands for better wives in the state of MENTELLECT. That's what we want to do. We ain't thinking about the black race. The black man, like I said, he's a faggot, and he's just like the white man and the rest of these other people. You understand? He's just like everybody else now. He's lukewarm. He's weak. The black man is weak, and he's lukewarm. I'm talking about a hybrid, a new black man, somebody on a brighter level. You understand? I'm not talking about you weightlifting niggas and others, you guys who, like I said, who, you done read some of the white man books and you done watched some of his white movies, and when you fell for that BS about brother, what's wrong with nurturing a woman? Brother, you sound real macho and macho men. No, the macho men are homos too, man. Not that. That's not a man. That's a male trying to act like a man. There's a difference. You got a lot of males trying to act like men. That's why you got these niggas up here who want to fight all the time and be thugs. So they're trying to hide something. They're trying to hide something from you women. They're trying to hide something from themselves. No, I'm talking about real men who are secure in who they are. A lot of real men are hiding beneath the malehood. You understand? A lot of real men are hiding beneath that malehood, that maleness. You understand? Y'all don't even know what a real man is so much that you think that what these guys out here doing, these abnormal niggas, these abnormal men, you really think that you think they're men. You think that's natural what they're doing. But then you just can't figure out why you still single at 35, at 40 years old. You still can't figure it out. I'm here to tell you. A lot of males. A lot of emasculated males. A lot of niggas trying to be too hard or they trying to nurture you. They trying to be on your level. They trying to talk soft to you. They trying to hear about your, they talk. You can talk about their period. You don't want to talk about your period with no goddamn man. You don't want to talk how if you could talk about your sexual exploits. You understand? If you could talk about your sexual exploits with that thug nigga that you laid with with your mangina friend who will listen to it, like I said, you ain't gonna never be with him. No real woman gonna talk to another man that she seriously thinks gonna be with, considering being with. She's not gonna talk to him about another relationship that she had, a sexual relationship she had with a man. She's not gonna talk about that. We're going to put all that together. We're going to put the SOM dating website together, State of Mentel dating website. Like I said, we bringing all that out. We bringing a new black man. We bringing a new man out of the black race. We bringing a new man. That's what all this supermen, superwomen project is. It ain't just, mental, because it all starts in the mind. It all starts in the mind. We addressing everything in the knowledge and intellect because it's about breeding new men and new women out of the black race. See, because that whole black race thing, like I told our people, people didn't understand me when I talked about the bright race out of the black race. What I meant by that was not talking about light and dark skin and some simple-minded nigga sitting there talking about, oh, brother, white means bright and you saying we supposed to be light. No, nigga, I'm talking about intelligent people out of that because nobody's black. I said the reason why they refer to you as black in this society is because they calling you people who are in darkness. Ignorant people. Y'all not black. Nobody's black. Y'all brown to beige. Why are they calling you black people? Because you don't know who you are. You are out of tune with who you are naturally. The man has to get back in tune with who he is naturally in order for him to love his woman again, to move forward together. All this has to be addressed. All this has to be discussed and attacked. This all has to be discussed and attacked. See, back in the old days, Elijah Muhammad and them, when they was dealing with the Nation of Islam, back when it was under him, you had real men coming up in that thing. Now them niggas, now a lot of these guys, they just, like I said, they done went up under religion, and they got queered out. You understand? They not, like I said, they not focused on that natural energy of who we supposed to be as bright men and bright women. You damn right I took that title, bright. Intelligent people, people who are in tune with themselves naturally. See, that's what we lost. We sit up here and let the white man dictate who we supposed to be in our relationships. You sitting up here seeing some psychologist, and just because you black women sit up here, well, we seen a black sex relationship therapist. Yeah, he got educated by the white man. All right? He's sitting around here being a parrot for the white man, because that's what a lot of you people in the black race are. Y'all nothing but a bunch of carbon copies of the white man. And you reading out of his books and his things, and you letting him tell you that it's okay for a man to be feminine, or it's okay for two men to be together, it's okay for two women, it's okay for a man to be nurturing and all this other bull. You know what I mean? But you don't want that. You can sit up here and say, "Oh, brother, ain't nothing wrong with that. Why you attacking that? You trying to say it's wrong for a man to be nurturing and like that?" And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a man caring for his woman. No, of course there's nothing wrong with. He's supposed to care for your woman. But men express love in a different way. We don't express love the same way you women express love. You understand? So stop expecting people to be stop expecting men to be nurturing. That's for you. 804, you on the line?
Yeah.
804.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, 804, I hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
This is a law. Yeah, you hear me? This is a law born perfection. This is a good blog talk radio session on the real love between men and women. There's a lot of soft ass dudes around here, man. They don't know how to be no real men, and they be fucking with their hair and shit. I mean, I understand that, right? But what I don't understand, is how are we not black?
You went to a whole other thing, but I'm going to address that now because you asked. Are you black? Really?
Of course.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not. Hold on. I'm going to tell you, you're not black. You're not the color of any. You're brown. I seen your picture. You're a brown-skinned man. You're not black. Okay? Nobody is black. We come in shades of dark brown to beige. The only reason why the white man, he was the first one to call us black. We never called ourselves black. The only reason he called you black is because he wanted you to be the opposite end of white. Now, he refers to white as purity. And we wore white robes and things back in ancient times and whatnot because we understood, and we was the first ones to initiate that white meant pure. And he took that definition and took it into this society and called himself white. So, of course, if he calls himself white, he wanted to have people that he considered to be the opposite end of him. Because once you create an opposite or polar opposite of something, then that puts more of a light on that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So he had to have an opposite and call that opposite black. Remember in the Malcolm X movie when he went into the dictionary and read the whole definition of black?
Mhm.
Okay,
yeah,
he did that for. Okay, why the white man put all that in the dictionary, then turn around and say it's you black people? Why did he do that?
Okay, all right. I see. Yeah, I get where you're going with that, where he put his own words onto the definition. But I'll put it like this: we got our own power to define words. Period. And I'm not looking at it as the words and the definition of what he mean by it. I'm looking at the scientific definition of the word, of the electromagnetic spectrum. You know what I mean? There is no difference between brown and black. The only difference is the shade. Like, you wouldn't say
then that's the
pink
difference.
is not. Well, okay,
then that's
you
the
wouldn't
difference.
say, then I am black. Because that's like saying pink is not red because it got a little white on it, or maroon is not red because it got a little black in it.
But
see, what happens is you have to say black in order to say brown. You can't see, because the only thing you can say is dark, but dark is black.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Dark is black. And
no, you don't. Dark is not black. Hold on, wait, bro, wait. Dark is not black. You done took us all the way off the subject. I'm gonna go ahead and sum this up because we're gonna get back on the original topic of what that is. First of all, dark is not black. You got dark red, you got dark blue, you got dark green, you got all types of darkness. You know what I'm saying? You got shades of black. You got different shades of black. So black has nothing to do with darkness. A lot of people thought the universe, or what they call deep space, is black when it's actually not. It's blue, if you look at it. Now, nobody is black. There is no black person. You have dark brown people. You said brown and black. So that's by the mere fact that you were able to define it as two different things, it's not the same.
Okay. It is the same. Just like you. Okay.
No, if you said black and brown.
Okay. Black is brown.
No, it's not.
Just like maroon is red.
There, that is maroon is just a darker shade of red, but black and brown is two different colors, brother.
But what is dark?
Dark is just dark state. It's just the opposite of light.
Describe dark.
I just did. It's the opposite of light. It's dark. It's space. It's no different. It's a state.
What's the closest color to dark then?
There's no closest color to dark. I just said it's a state, brother. It's like frequency. It's like frequencies of light, brother. It's the same thing. Light. But like I said,
exactly.
we talking about. Hold on. We talking about. We talking about the love thing. Now now I'll sum this up again. When I said that our people are not black, I said the very people that gave you the definition of black and called us black did it to make us opposite of white. You understand? That's why they did it. We didn't start calling ourselves black people. We never did that.
Yes, we did.
No, we did.
There's a word called Kemetu, and there's another word called Kemamiyu and Kemamiyu. You can look it up. I got the book. I know.
Okay, but wait a minute.
I've seen it on the word. Okay.
But when people were describing, when they used the word Kim, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said the word Kim as black, or when they call the people Kemites. The people was talking about the land. They didn't say the people. They talking about people of the black land. It didn't mean the people.
No, because I know that the word for land is ta, and the word for country, meaning like a country where people live, like a country, it means the way you say country is niyut. Now, if they wanted to say land, they would have said ta kem, but they didn't say that. They say Kemet Niyut. That means the country of the blacks.
No,
See, I know how to speak. I know how to speak the language.
Wait a minute. So if when they were making reference to the word black, they were talking about the black soil of the land. Were they not?
Okay.
Yes
but
or no?
What about,
yes or no?
No.
Were they talking about the black soil of the land?
They were talking about themselves, and I'll prove it.
No, they were talking about the soil of the land, brother.
Okay, I'll prove it, because the word Kem means black, and the prefix EU, the suffix EU means one who is, and they refer to themselves as Kemimiyu, and they are Kemiyu.
Okay, brother. We I gotta move on.
Okay,
this is about the love thing, and like I said, I'll just close it because we got 20 minutes thing. I don't want to go into. The only reason I said about bright is because it has nothing to do with color. It's talking about light as solar beings. That's why I refer to our people as the bright race. It has to do with intelligence, and that was something we acknowledged way before as bright people. Before the white man used that terminology, bright, we utilized that as those people who had light. People of light, people of who carried a solar system within them or a solar plex within them. That's what I was referring to. It has nothing to do with being white or light skinned. I don't know where you got that from, but
Okay.
And like I said,
I know what you meant. I know what you meant by that. But when you say that we're not black, that's incorrect.
Well, then you want to be black, brother. That's what you want to be. You want to be black.
Not that I want to be black. I know what I am.
Okay, well then that's what your mind says. Your mind says you black. We know that we looking at brown. We know the difference between brown and black. Some of y'all stuck in that whole black.
There was no word for brown.
No, that's not true. There's a word called boonie. There was a word called boonie back then.
I got the book.
There was a word called brown.
I looked it up. So where's your source for that? Because I got the book. And the closest word to boonie. I know. I got the book on both of them by E.A. Wallace Budge. There's no brown in that book.
Okay.
So I just want to know your source. Where's your source for that?
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. We'll come back to that. Because, like I said, we don't went off topic and whatnot. We'll come back to that. Questions and comments. We're talking about, this is the love show. We're not talking about anything other than the love show and the connection between men and women. I was talking about, and this is the problem, again, with our people, this is the problem. We let people dictate to us what it is that who and what we are. When you strip away everything, you have that masculine energy, you have that feminine energy. That's who we are. But even beyond this physical, even beyond the physical flesh, you understand? It resonates as light. It represents. It resonates as a acknowledgement of who we are. It resonates. You women are always looking to further your connections with men. You're always looking to get to the deep or the depth of a man, how far you can go. Can these men or these males take you any further than where you are? Ask yourself that honest question. If you can't see, this is the test you do with the males. If you cannot see any future, if you can't see any future with the males that you're with, I'm going to call them male, I'm not going to refer to them as men. If you can't see any future with the males that you're with, right, then here's a question. Are you supposed to be with them? The real man that you're going to be with is one that you can see a future with. Not just a future of working and, and struggling with money and things like that. No. The man is supposed to bring something more to the table now. That was okay back in the day when, you had the working class couple and stuff like that. But now we done moved up a notch. So now you can either nurture that mentality of a future in the man and help him, bring that up in him by nurturing that in him and putting that idea in his head, or he can come to you and foster that idea in you. You understand that? He can foster that idea in you. He's supposed to start fostering that in you as you look at him, as you start to conversate. And within the time of talking to him whether he's different or not, whether he's going to foster that mentality in you. That's going to keep your relationship alive. That's going to keep it going. That's going to keep y'all interacting with each other, loving each other till you old and gray, until you passing away. That is the forever. That's the forever. You understand that? That's the forever. I'm sure that's what a lot of you women want. You want the forever. You understand? You understand? That's the forever. Yes, sis, you're right. I'm gonna let the brother be black. That's where, like I said, I'm talking about beyond that, because, like I said, we got different shades of brown and dark skin, and we brown. Everybody know we brown. Whether they was calling us brown or they had a word for it. So just because they didn't have a word for brown back then, we not brown. We can actually literally see we're brown. So what? They didn't have a word. If they didn't have a word for brown back then, so what? That mean we not brown? You know? They might not have had a lot of words they didn't call back then to make reference to. That means that this is not a reality that we are brown. In fact, brown people, we're not black. You know, but hey, it is what it is. That's what happens when you can't look and you can't see what it is you're looking at. You can't think for yourself, and you got to rely on other people to do your thinking for you. Just like the white man does his thinking for you black women who are looking for men. You judge and look for men based on what it is that he tells you a man's supposed to be, not naturally what you know a man it should be. You already know what a man should be. You already know what turns you on. You already know that. You already know what attracts you. You understand that? I'm gonna give a lot of you some advice. Find you the man that fosters something in you. Makes you see the future, generates images in your head. His voice, his vision. That's the type of men you should be. And a lot of times you women, when you do come across men like that, you don't know what to do with them. But those are the men you should be with. Those men who are not like everybody else. Because you are, in fact, looking for that special man. Are you not? Yes or no? If you're looking for those special men are out there, and we're trying to bring them here. You understand? We're trying to bring them here. We're trying to bring them all together, and we're trying to bring the women together so that sisters can have men, so we can foster a black family again, a real family. See, because now the white man tells you that two women and a bunch of kids is a family now, or two men together. This is the man you're going to listen to about what a family is, or what the connection. Hey, he got all kinds of alternate encounters and love connections. He got man with the dog, man with man, woman and woman, all this. So you're going to listen to some madness coming from him because he wrote it in a book. How backwards is that? You know what you want. You know what you want. Look for that man who can foster something greater in you. We got like about, let me see how many minutes we got. You know what, I'm going to give that brother on 804. I'm probably, like I said, we don't got no more questions because I pretty much said everything I wanted to say about that. I said, when you women are searching for real men, search for men who can foster something in you, men who are not trying to be cut like everybody else. Men who think on a higher level. I know it's hard. Excuse me. I know it's hard, but you got men. You understand? And like I said, this is what we're trying to attract within the state of MENTELLECT when we do our Supermen, Superwomen conferences. Men who think outside the box, men who think on a higher level. These are the men that will foster something in you. These are the men who you will look to as potential mates. I want to apologize to you women out there and you brothers out there who were on this, topic, and I let the topic go off there with the brother. He wanted to come in, and ask me, questions about black and brown and things like that. I didn't know I had to go through a color palette. This is not Sesame Street. I didn't think I had to do that. But I'll probably get a brother like the last few minutes of it because I'm gonna clear this up, and I'll clear this up to say this is that I'm not interested in what the ancients was talking about. I don't care what they were saying. I'm looking at my skin as brown. Y'all looking at y'all skin as brown. We're not black people. Okay? We're not black. You want to call yourself black based on what they said back then? I don't really care. We're not based in the past. We're based in the future. A lot of things they didn't understand back then that we understand now. That's what we're going from now. If you want to go based on their understanding, based on instead of what we're seeing here, you sitting here and you light skinned, you light beige, and you brown, and you gonna still sit up here and talk about you black. And I just told you why they called you black. You understand? But you don't. You want to still try to make same thing with why we trying to make Africa. We going to hear that they was calling you African as a slave name and insult you, and niggas still want to stand up for being African. You understand? It's just like whatever the white man give you, you try. It could be crap. You'll try to make it into some same way he gave you soul food, same way he gave you pig guts and greens and garbage to eat when you were slave. You niggas made it into soul food. Now you eat it and you sell it. You make garbage. You try to make something out of garbage. You try to make something out of nonsense. You know, you're right. There's always a distraction. But I basically got off what I wanted to say. I basically I always do the last bit of the countdown of, you know, I make sure I answer all of these questions I put in the feed, and I'm gonna go through them right now because we down to the last. I said, how are men really supposed to relate to women? By a fostering mentality, by resonating as people who foster a strength in a woman, a vision in a woman. They're supposed to resonate and relate to women as strong, fostering men, mental beings, strong, mental, fostering beings. That's how you're supposed to resonate in the minds of real women. Can men really nurture women? No, they cannot. Women can nurture men. Women can nurture children. Men foster women. You understand? When a man is out in the world and things are rough on him, and things are hard in the hard work, men know how hard. And the women, you know, if you ain't out there and you ain't got a man, you know how rough the world could be. A man wants the soft side of somebody. He wants that feminine nature. He wants to touch you. He wants to touch your soft skin. He wants to feel you. He wants to touch every inch of you. He wants that softness, that nurturing feminine energy to relax him, to soften him, to comfort him. You know, that's real. What does it mean for men to foster women? I said to bring vision to women, to strengthen women, to support women, to be that rock for women, that foundation that they can stand on, to be that future way of thinking for the woman, to help her advance her way of thinking, to generate images in her head, to be that mental being to her. I said the word men is really just short for mental. And the women, you women are mental beings, women are mental beings with wombs. We are here to receive intelligence and light and to move forward into the future. That's our purpose. That's why I refer to us as the bright race. We're supposed to be becoming smarter. We're not supposed to be worrying about what happened in the past. We're supposed to grow from the past. We're not supposed to be focused on the past and what they was thinking. We're supposed to move on from that. The mistakes that we made, and a lot of you women have made in choosing the wrong males, can now be corrected in the right men that you choose for the future. The men are coming together within the state of MENTELLECT. Why? Because we took off the shackles of religion. We're not listening to the goddamn white man no more. We're not listening to what people did prior. We are formulating and coming out of who we are. We're coming out of our shells as being future thinkers and people who are looking into the future within the state of MENTELLECT. That's the initiative in the Supermen, Superwomen Project, because we talk about all that. We have to make ourselves right for you again. I'm already right. I'm good. But we have to the whole point is to make ourselves right for you again. You know what I mean? The men that are hiding amongst the males. You understand? We have to make ourselves right for you again. The feminine and masculine energy, love energy, fostering and nurturing. Mother nature, mother nurture. You nurture the children. We run to you when we hurt. We run to mommy and we cry and she gonna hold us. Daddy gonna pick us up and, like I said, Daddy nurture us and have some kind way, but we understood the difference in it. I know as a child. So you women damn sure should know it as women now. You should know the difference. And you do know the difference. Yes, this society has perverted the way women and men are supposed to naturally love each other. It's perverted. You understand? We're supposed to feed each other. We're supposed to be what it is in a loving relationship where each one of us lack, whereas a woman can't be strong on her own You know what I'm saying? She can be strong in her own way, don't get me wrong, but when she needs that masculine energy, she knows what it is that she wants. She knows she can never be that, just as the man knows he can never be nurturing like that. Another man can't replace it, or another woman can't replace that. They'll try and act like they can. A lot of times you lesbians, y'all run around, y'all try to act like men and that you think walking around with your breasts tied down and walking all hard with do-rags on your head make you a man. That's not a man. That's you acting like a man or trying to act like you a man. That's just like how the males try to act like men. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing a very poor job at it. You just acting. You just like, no different than a vibrator, an artificial toy. That's reality. We dealing with reality here. All we deal with is real talk here in the state of Mentel. We're not telling people what they want to hear. We're not bending for what people want to do. You know? How does a strong woman become less threatening? No? A lot of times women, y'all get the wrong idea of what strong is. You think by being loud and wild and and all this other stuff, you think that's being strong. That's not being strong. Boisterous and things. That's not being strong. One of the strongest women they showed you and they allowed you to see at one time on TV. I just gave a TV example. Is Claire Huxtable from the Cosby Show? She was the TV mom. They took her nose. They took her off. Typical black woman, real black woman, strong. You didn't see her raising her voice and screaming like that. You didn't see that. She gave you that look. Okay, I'm sorry. You said how do I want to answer that question? How do a strong woman become less threatening? How do strong women become less threatening? I'm trying to think how to answer that. How do they become less threatening? Well, actually, I'll say it like this: you're only going to be perceived as threatening to a man that's not strong. A male, you'll seem too strong to a man who is weak. There's a way to be soft and strong. There's a way to be feminine and strong. You don't have to be hard. Don't necessarily translate as strong. You know what I'm saying? Soft, like I said, soft and strong or whatever, hard and strong or whatever it is. It don't necessarily translate as that. You can be a soft woman and you can have a feminine appeal to you, sweet-natured feminine appeal to you, and still be strong. If you have a strong mental, then you are a real woman. And a real man is going to appreciate that. But if a man if you're being in your feminine nature and you're not trying to, be masculine and whatnot, what you're doing, you're not trying to be, some males do want to break that down. You're right. Go find a man. That's my answer. Go find a man. Don't worry about a male. Find a man. A real man will appreciate that. I'm answering the questions in the chat room for if y'all wondering who I'm talking to. It's a sister in the chat room. She asking the question, and I'm answering it as I'm talking. Trying to keep in watch with the time. But what I'm saying is, you'll find real men that could deal with that. A real man can deal with that. If you are being strong in your femininity, then a real man is going to appreciate that. A male going to have a problem with that. So go get you a real man. We're down to the last 5 minutes of this broadcast. I hope I answered everybody's question. I hope I covered this topic greatly, even with the interruption, with the distraction. Did I answer? I want everybody to say, did I answer? And I make sure I touched on everything. Did I clear up everything tonight? Let me get some shouts from the chat room. Any questions, any last-minute questions? We got 5 minutes left in this broadcast. Thank you very much. Yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies. I'm only going to say this to you, brother, 804, because I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to open your mic up for a minute, because I know you trying to find out where am I coming from with this, and I'm going to open up your mic for a minute. 804.
Yeah.
I'm going to open up your mic and I'm going to say this.
All right.
And what we doing in the state of Mentel, we're not interested in the black race. We're interested in the intelligent people amongst the bright race, who we refer amongst the black race, who we refer to as the bright ones. That's what we're talking about, because the intelligence of who we are is going to resonate far into this color thing and what you calling yourself black. If you want to be black, if you want to be locked into that thing, that's fine. That's on you. We're not doing that. You understand? I don't care if they didn't have a word for it back then or they didn't. It doesn't mean that. The reality of what we're looking at right now is we got brown skin, and we got people with beige skin, and we shades of brown. That's what we're looking at. You know, that's what we're going from. Okay?
All right.
All right?
All right.
All right, brother.
All right.
What am I going to close out with? We got 3 minutes left. I want to get something nice. Let me see what I want. Something that's 3 minutes long, because we got about exactly 3 minutes. I'm going to probably play an old God Hop tune. Let me see. I want to play. Come on. Star. Unbreakable.